get money. I get money. I get money. Money I get.
I get it.
I get money. Money I get.
I get it.
I get money I get.
Yeah.
Money I get. Money I
I
get.
run New York.
I get money I get.
I get it.
I get money I get.
I get it.
I get money I get.
Yeah.
Money I got,
Yeah.
money I
I
got.
run New York. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the You Stuck With Me podcast.
You stuck with me.
It's your boy Marquis.
And this is your one and only, your favorite Taylor.
Beautiful, how you doing today?
Honestly, I'm gonna need a sip of water from doing that hook. That got me. I wasn't ready.
Take a sippy sip.
Mm-hmm. We back in the game now.
I'm doing good with you too, babe. I'm doing good with you too. Welcome, you guys. Welcome back to You Stuck With Me podcast. And for all the new listeners, welcome.
What up?
So in this episode, we got a special episode for you guys. So today, we're going to talk about something that we've alluded to throughout the seasons but never really addressed. We're talking about my appearance on the game show Wheel of Fortune.
Wait, that's Price is Right.
Yeah, I make that one.
Wheel of Fortune.
So to give you guys a story, this is what happened.
What had happened was, well, can't say that because this is actually a true story.
Yeah, this is a true story. So a few years back, I'm going to take you guys back to 2016.
Way back into time.
So 2016, I was applying for a new job. I just lost my job because of the cuts in funding due to state.
The job lost you.
Ooh, I like that. The job lost me. So I was looking for a new job and I was filling out applications and I would have the TV on. And I would have it on ABC 7, that's here in Chicago. Shout out to my hometown city.
Mm-hmm.
So I was filling out applications and the commercial would come on, periodically or routinely throughout the day saying that they were looking for new contestants. So at first I was ignoring it and I would just continue going on with my job hunt. And then one day it came on and I kind of thought like, what if? So I gave it a try. I just went and did some searching on how to get on a game show. And then I found out, so I called one of my good buddies who's one of my groomsmen, Scotty. Shout out to Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
So we went up there and we decided we were just going to do something just to say we did something. So the way it started was they had a tryout at the, I'm not going to say tryout, but the first audition at the Down East Stevens Convention Center in Des Plaines. So we went up there and we decided that we were going to try out. So Scotty actually got up there first, and then they called me. So what they did was they called five auditioners at a time just to solve a puzzle. So what they did was he actually got the puzzle and I didn't. No, we went up there at separate time. I'm sorry. So he went up there the first and he got his puzzle, but I didn't get mine. But what they did in the process is they took our pictures and just to remember what we looked like in case they want to call us back for a future audition.
Mm-hmm.
So we went up there, had a good time, and then we actually ended up, leaving with a, prize pack. They gave us stuff, but just coming up there, I got a bag of hat, he got a bag of hat and a t-shirt, and I think he got a frisbee too with Wheel of Fortune on it. So, we're hyped. We come back, riding back home. We put up videos talking about, Wheel of Fortune this, Wheel of Fortune that, wait for us to call, wait for them to call, and like, we expecting that call, we ready, like, everything.
Talking that good yang.
Talking good smack, like we just crushed the audition. The whole time though, we did really crush the audition. Right? We won and lost. But it was fun though. It was fun. So listen up, away. This had to be about May when this happened. So months go by. Summer comes, summer goes, and nothing happens. So all of a sudden, while I'm at work, I get a call from the company, the production company behind Wheel of Fortune. So they said that they're having another audition at a secure location. Can't tell you guys that. And I just happened. I'm excited. You know, I was waiting for this. This is about like October.
Now, did Scotty get the call too?
Yeah, Scotty got the call too.
Okay.
This is the part where it gets
so y'all was manifesting without really knowing that you were manifesting.
Whole time, yeah. Whole time, yeah. So, and this is the part where it gets dicey.
Uh-oh.
So we both got the call to come in for a second audition. I'm able to go because I'm able to get off work. He couldn't get off work.
I know he was mad.
I was hurt for him. I was definitely hurt for him. So I tell him that I'm gonna go. At this time, I forget. Were we roommates at that time? No, we weren't roommates at the time. So I tell him I'm gonna go. He wishes me luck. So I go down there, and I just go to the audition. I had to be there at like 9 in the morning. So I go in there. I'm looking for the room. Go to this private location. Everybody, like, it's a room full of about like 50 people.
That's kind of small considering how many people was there at the first.
Yeah, at the first one, it had to be about a good 200 to 300 people. So that's the start right there. We made it. We beat out the first like 200 to 300 people to make it to the like top 50. But obviously he couldn't go, so I kind of like nearly.
I know he was heated.
You know, to this day, I actually tell him that he should still go and do it again because obviously he knows what it's like to a certain point. So I get there, and first of all, like, it's all types of different people there. I'm talking about old folks, young folks, black, white, Asian, Latino, every mixed race that you can think of.
I got proof.
Not
I got proof.
No, it's not
in different area codes?
No, it's not this.
Pimping all over the world?
No, just people trying to audition, trying to get in show.
I was trying to come up with a song for all the different types of. No. But I tried.
So I can't tell you guys everything that we did, but I just give you a synopsis. Not a synopsis, but I just give you a general idea. We did puzzles. We did a lot of puzzles, and so at one point in the audition,
Top secret stuff.
Just to let you guys know, I'm not under NDA, so even if I was,
still,
yeah,
we don't want them problems.
Yeah, we don't want them problems.
He hasn't even told me this much.
So we're doing. The most I can tell you is that we did puzzles, and it was about 5 or 6 of us at a time. So I can tell you about when I was up there and I was doing the mock puzzle. I was up there, I was guessing letters, I was doing just fine. And then I got one letter wrong, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, damn, it's a wrap, I'm done, I'm not gonna make it. So
that's what you said in your mind?
That's what I said in my mind.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, you didn't say that out loud, did you?
No, I said that in my mind. So this was the first half of the second audition. So, and I'm gonna laugh at myself because I still remember this clearly. So after all the mock auditions, everybody left to break for like lunch. So while we're out, as the auditioners going to get something to eat, the people running the audition were trying to see who was going to stay for the rest of the audition.
Oh, so it was a process of elimination within the second audition.
Yeah.
So it's like actors and actresses, and they go out.
Exactly.
Oh.
Because you not only are you doing the puzzle, but they're trying to see who's going to look good on TV because you're going to potentially be doing this in front of millions of people watching you. So it's a lot of pressure. So go to eat. I'm sitting there reflecting on what happened in the first audition. So when we come back, everybody comes back for the start of the second audition. So the folks running the audition said, if you don't hear your name called, that means you didn't make it to the second part of the audition, but don't give up because you might get a letter saying that they want you on the episode. So everybody has this understanding. It's about 50 people in the audition to start. They start calling out names. And they get to like 29, I want to say 28, 29 names. As they keep going and I don't hear my name, I start sweating. Like, I literally start sweating. And I'm like, dang, I didn't make it. And they finally get to the last name, and they're like, and Marquis. I'm like, yes! everybody in the audition room is laughing at me because they heard me go, yes. So people who didn't hear their name called, they had to immediately leave. They couldn't stick around, nothing like that. So we go on for the rest of the audition, and they were watching this really intently. Like in anything, if you ever watch any game show that you know are interested in getting on, it's important to know, like, watch the contestants, watch the host, watch the crowd. You pick up on little things. So we're doing another mock puzzle, and they're watching this like really intently now. So they didn't tell us right then and there if we made the episode or we were gonna get it called for an episode or not.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, okay, just waiting. We don't know what to expect at this point. But for the people who were still remaining with me, we were all wishing each other good luck on getting an episode. This, that, and the third. So this had to be about October.
So this took a whole day then, it sounded like.
Yeah, this was a whole day process.
Mm.
So as we're leaving, I see people going their separate ways, and I'm thinking about how I did in the audition, what I could have done better if I did, and not just stuff that you would think about when you're leaving. So I go on with my day. Weeks, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. Now, granted, this is 2016 when this happens. This, both audition process, 1 and 2. So, don't hear anything for days, don't hear anything for weeks, don't hear anything for months. So, August of 2017 rolls around. I get a call.
That's around the time we got together.
Right. So, August of 2017 rolls around. I'm at work, and I get a call from a number I don't recognize, but I recognize the area code. I'm like, hold on. I'm talking to my coworkers. I'm like, hold on, I gotta go take this call. So I go somewhere private where I can take the call. Lord and behold, it's the folks at Wheel of Fortune. So they asked me, and this is the part I didn't know, but I can share with you guys. So they said, hey, we want you to be on an episode of the show. Can you come out in 2 weeks? I'm like, dang, that's such short notice. I couldn't make it. So they were like, okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep you on standby. We're gonna call you back and see if you are available to be on another episode. So I'm like, okay. I hang up and I'm disappointed because at the time I knew I couldn't make that. So I go back to my coworker and he said, who is that? I'm like, it's Wheel of Fortune. I couldn't even make the episode. He was like, dang. I'm like, yeah. But they said they were gonna call me back. He was like, okay, just, it is what it is. So 2 weeks go by. No, I'm sorry, this happened in July, but 2 weeks go by. So now we're in August. So August, they call me back and see if I can be on another episode. At that time, I made some adjustments just in case they did call. I'm like, yeah, I can be out there. They said, okay, we're gonna send you the letter. This is gonna be your episode. You gotta be out here, all that stuff. So I'm like, yes, I'm excited. I'm calling my mom. I'm like, Mom, can you come out here? Can you fly out with me to the state from the Wheel of Fortune? She's like, no, I can't do it because of work. Call my dad. So I'm like, Dad, they call me for Wheel of Fortune. Can you, fly out with me? This and the third. He's like, no, I can't do it. Lord behold, the one bright spot that could do it, end up doing it, and that is my wife.
Me.
So,
but it was so crazy though. So to get a little more detail, this was around my birthday trip, because I had already planned on going out of town, right? And then you like, babe, I need you to do me a solid. I'm like, okay, what's the solid? Come take this trip with me to California real quick. What? Yeah, come take this trip with me. I said, what are we going to California for? He was like, oh, no, nothing. I'm just going to be on Wheel of Fortune. What?
Wait. Let's go back to the way I said it so casually.
Yeah. Like this is an everyday thing.
Like humble brag.
Humble brag. Like, yeah, just come take this trip with me to California. Okay, what we going to California for? Oh, I'm just going to be on Wheel of Fortune. What? And I said it just like that. What? And I was like, when is it? Because I'm going to be out of town. So, this is what happened. This is how I knew that Marquis was something special, right? So I was going for New York. It's in New York for like 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, when I came back from New York, I literally was in Chicago soil for a few hours. Changed some, went home, packed, changed my suitcase around, only to later that day to fly out to California.
Yeah, we were there for what, 3 days? The day before the tape and the day of and the day after. So okay, so we spent 3 days in LA. Now here's the kicker part. I don't know how this happened, but I think it was like some miscommunication. So we get there, we the first day, we're sightseeing a little bit, this, that, and the third.
We actually relaxed because I was tired.
Yeah, because she had been through all 4 time zones.
Yeah.
So
I was starting to get jet lagged a little bit.
She was spent. So we did a little sightseeing, but we did rest.
Yeah.
The next morning, I had to be at the studio like
8 in the morning.
8 in the morning. I missed my bus. Like, so serious.
I don't remember you missing the bus.
I missed my bus, but you stayed in the hotel.
Yeah, because I couldn't go with you.
Yeah. So I come to find out I missed my bus, and it was another person who was going to be a contestant on a different episode. They missed their bus too. I forgot how we ended up getting.
I think they had another bus come because it was like shuttles.
It was.
Yeah, so y'all caught the second shuttle.
So we had the second shuttle. We get to the studio lot, looking through everything, and then we meet with the producers. We meet with everyone who was going to have a hand in one way or another of the episode. So I'm nervous because obviously this is my first time being on national TV, not my first time being on TV. So we going through everything. They putting us in makeup the very first time and the last time I ever wore makeup, and then telling us everything that we need to know about the show. Looking through the studio, seeing where the audience is going to be, and this is where the fun part comes. So I'm standing, around the wheel, but I don't see any. It's me and the other contestants, but I don't see this person walk in. All of a sudden, I hear this sweet voice, high pitched. Don't recognize who it was until I looked at my left. She's not in a dress or in makeup. Lord behold y'all, it's Vanna White. I kid you not. Like she was so chill and relaxed. I mean, obviously she's been doing this for years, but she came in wearing the t-shirt, jeans, and house shoes.
House shoes.
House shoes.
Vanna White, some house shoes, yeah. Baby.
And everybody just trying to look like, oh wow, it's Vanna White, just surprised because none of us are expecting to see it until later on that day. Yeah. Granted, this is early in the morning.
But then again, it makes sense though. It's like practice runs.
Yeah. So we're up there, and then you got to spin the wheel. So they teach you how to spin the wheel. Lord behold, knowing me, I did some homework and learned different ways how to spin the wheel because it's called a power spin. So what you do is you got to go back as far as you can and just release that mug as hard as you can. First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that wheel is heavy. It is 1,500 pounds.
And it looks light on TV.
Oh, it looks light on TV. It's smaller than what you see on TV, but that mug is heavy.
That whole set is smaller in person.
Yeah, it's camera optics and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But spinning that mug was actually kind of fun, but there's a way you got to spin it. So the thing about it is you can't put your hand down with your thumb facing down. You got to put your hand with your thumb facing up. If you put that mug down, you're gonna...
So thumbs up type of deal, and you...
Yep. So if you put that mug thumbs down, there's a good chance you might lose your thumb. No cap. So we all got a chance to go up there, spin the wheel. They fed us breakfast, and we got to relax a little bit. So what they do is I didn't know this. They filmed 6 episodes in one day. Yeah. Which is cool. Which just explains how they get a week's worth of episodes on the air. So I was actually the very last episode.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, we weren't. So we were there till about 6 o'clock that time, 6 o'clock LA time.
Yeah, about 5, 6.
Yeah, so I was the very last episode, and I was in the bed breakfast episode. So if you guys ever look for me, or if you've ever seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. But if you've never seen it, you can
look him up on IMDb.
That's enough.
That information is on there.
Yes, I have an IMDb, y'all. So for everyone who doesn't know what an IMDb is, basically
it's an informational movie database for actors and actresses who've been on TV and movies.
Yep. So I have an appearance on a national TV or a national movie.
Yeah.
So that was fun to find out. So we're going through the episodes. You can't talk, you can't say anything. You just got to be able to clap your hands when need be because obviously you got contestants up there trying to solve a puzzle and they're trying to focus.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you guys this from my perspective. Going on a national talk show and playing Wheel of Fortune is way different from doing it in your living room. I'm talking about you stand. First of all, it's a audience of about 200 people. That's the thing.
But the good thing about it is the audience of 200 people is like friends and family that came to support the contestant.
Yeah, and some people who got tickets who just want to see the taping of a live show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Doing that, playing that in your living room is way different from doing it on national TV. You're gonna have first right there. It's taped, so you got like 200 people right there watching you live. But when that mode airs, there's gonna be millions of people watching you. So we get to my episode. First of all, it was people in previous episodes who won a car.
They won a car. They won trips. Some won a mixture of both.
Yeah, it was one lady who won one trip and a car. I think she won like it wasn't a Jeep. I forgot what
it was a nice car though.
Yeah, it was a nice car.
And she ended up winning a good stack of money in the bonus round.
Yeah, I think she ended up what she won in the bonus round was the car. What she walked out from playing the round, she walked out with like $45K.
Yeah, but let's talk about your episode.
So my episode was the very last episode. It was the bed and breakfast episode. So if you guys haven't seen it, I solved 3 puzzles, and I walked away with about $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
he almost won a trip. He almost won us a trip.
Oh yeah, I almost won us a trip. I almost hit the $1 million wedge too.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so hurt that I didn't hit the $1 million wedge.
Baby, I was so hurt you didn't win that trip because I'm like, oh my gosh, he about to take me on this trip and we just started dating too.
Yeah, because with those trips, what they don't tell you is that the trip is for 2.
Yes.
So. Yeah. I almost won a trip and I almost hit the $1 million wedge. I was so hurt about that $1 million.
He was about to get me flued out again.
So I'm trying to remember I know one of the puzzles I saw was Patrick Henry. I forgot the other 2.
I forgot the other one, but the one that, because first of all, me looking at him in the audience, he played off pretty well. He did not look nervous. He didn't. But I noticed the nervousness kicked in. I think it was like the 3rd puzzle. Yeah. It was the crosswords. That's the one that he missed the trip.
Yeah, because it was something about Thanksgiving and it was wing and I said K, like king. So that's why I messed up on that one. But it was like overall it was a fun experience and I wish I could do it again. And this is something that you also don't know. Once you go on Wheel of Fortune, you can't go back and do it again because it's so many people nationwide that try to get on the show. They want to make it open for everybody gets a turn. So to break it down in numbers, and this is how it was explained to me. Out of all the people who audition for Wheel of Fortune in one given season, 14% actually make it onto the show. So that's 86% that don't make it. So I was part of the 14 that actually make it. Now, out of the 14% that actually win more than like $10,000, it's like 10%. And if you want to hit million, it's very minute. In the show's history, only 3 people have ever won $1 million. So I was like, okay. I mean, I knew the odds were stacked against me, but it's still gonna be fun anyway because I've never done this before.
And you were on TV, national TV.
National.
And we can go back and watch that.
National TV. Oh, and this is something else that they don't tell you initially. It's kind of given after you watch the show. So after you get on the show, let's say you don't win any money, but they reimburse you for your flight expenses and your airfare with that $1,000 that you get at the end of the show. But of course, for me, I ended up walking away with more than $1,000, so I'm more than covered what I spent. So I ended up winning $7,000 roughly, close to it, and this is the trick part that most people don't know. You don't get that money right then and there after you leave the show. you know, you gotta go through processing, you gotta go through accountants and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know,
taxes.
Yeah, taxes. First of all, they, believe it or not, they actually didn't tax me very hard. So that's another thing that, you know, people wanted to know. I didn't get taxed very hard on that money. And it was months later after I made my appearance. First of all, the episode, here goes the crazy part. The episode was supposed to appear in November, right before Thanksgiving. Lo and behold, there was a college football game that came on, and they went into overtime, and that mug did not even air.
Yep.
And
but it came on in other places.
It came on in other places. People who didn't live in Chicago saw the episode, and they were calling me and then messaging me on Facebook and all that stuff saying, we saw the episode. People in Chicago didn't even see it. And then, but what they also did was they give you a copy of the episode so you can have like a watch party with friends and stuff, which is pretty cool. So what I ended up doing was, this was after, you know, ironically enough, weeks later after my appearance, that's when I received the diagnosis, but they did mail me the DVD. So what I did was I put the DVD on Facebook Live for people to see it who never saw it. And it was quite a few people who came through and watched it. People were impressed and they saw it. And then, ironically enough, months later, this is after I received my prize money. Months later, I get a message from one of our sorority sisters who lives in, I forgot where she was living at the time. She's like, we saw the episode. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go to look at the TV at ABC7 Laurel Hall on a Saturday that mug was airing. I did not know. And like, I reached out to everybody I could on Facebook, called people like, look, I just found this out. My episode of Wheel of Fortune is getting ready to air in about the next 10-15 minutes. Whoever saw it, and then, you know, that's the story.
But now you can see that on YouTube too.
Yeah, and also I found
out. And
on
demand, I think.
Can you see it? You can see it on demand?
Depending on some streaming sites, you can go back a few years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can. So in that season I appeared on the show, it was their 35th season. So right now, currently they're on their 40th season. And for everybody who doesn't know, next season is actually Pat Sajak's last season. He's getting ready to retire. Speaking of Pat Sajak, he's hilarious in person. He is hilarious. I was sitting up there next to him like during like a commercial break, and I was telling him like how long I've been watching the show, and I was playing the game. I started playing Wheel of Fortune on a floppy disk, you know, with the floppy disk with the old computers. He looks at me like, floppy disk? I don't even remember what those look like. I'm like, we just had fun up there during the commercial breaks and talking and stuff. So if you follow the show, it's the blue, yellow, and red position, you know, where you can stand. I'm in the red position, so naturally I'm next to him.
I thought you was in the blue.
No, I was in the red.
Oh no, the guy that did the rap.
Yeah, he did the poem Jay. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Kaylee. They won episodes with me. So they definitely did their thing. We definitely had a good time. It was fun.
But guess what was Marquise's highlight part of after all that? I surprised him with my flight because I was supposed to leave a little bit earlier than I did.
She did, and
end up getting on the same flight back home with him.
Yeah, and shout out to my uncle and auntie because they came down from San Diego to watch.
That was the first time I met them.
Yeah. It was a fun weekend, fun episode. Oh, and shout out to Angie because we ran into Angie while we were there in LA.
Yeah.
She's a flight attendant. She was working. She had a day off, so she hung out with us for a little bit.
So all in all, I can say that we weren't even together a week. And Marquis showed me the world.
So, babe, you want to tell the people where they can find us?
You can find us on Facebook at the You Stuck With Me podcast page. You can find us on Instagram on the You Stuck With Me podcast page. And, babe, you want to tell them where they can send us sticky notes?
You can send the sticky notes to the Facebook page and our Gmail at youstuckwithme@gmail.com. That is USTUCKWITME@gmail.com. You can send them to our Facebook page. Just drop a message, and we'll definitely read your questions in an episode. You can find me on IG and Twitter. You can go to M1NE_1. That's the name, M1NE_1. Also, you can find us on YouTube. Hi, everybody. Hi. You can find us on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, type in You Stuck With Me podcast. You can catch all the episodes and never miss a thing.
And also, you can find me individually, personally, up close on Instagram and Twitter. That's Queen Points. That's P01NTZ. That's Queen Points, P01TZ. And if you want a little bit more behind the scenes, you can follow me on TikTok. That's Queen Points 22. Again, that is Queen Points, PONTZ 22.
And on that note, this is the Stepping Me Podcast. It's your boy Marquis.
And your one knowing your favorite Taylor.
And we out.
Hey, remember something. Hey, you, come closer since we on YouTube. Remember to rate, like, and subscribe. And share with other celebrities that you know.
We out.
Peace.